I know what you're thinking. Here we go again. Welcome to Crocs in the Kitchen. I'm Jessica. And yes, today I'm here to talk about weight loss. I know sometimes Brian and I can sound like a broken record when it comes to this. I know we haven't succeeded and we're not like super perfect examples of, becoming plant-based and losing weight and keeping it off and being happily ever after. But this is just our what's happened in our lives, and we're just sharing it with you guys. And I feel like every time that we have decided to lose weight, there's always been this big I'm gotta start that tomorrow, and it's gotta be I'm gonna overhaul my entire life and change the way I'm eating and change everything and become this amazing better person tomorrow. Well, tomorrow's today, and don't wait till tomorrow. But I'm looking at it much more positively this time. I'm not looking at the last several years as being a failure, even though, I'm not near at all where my highest point was weight-wise, but I'm definitely not where my lowest point was. There were some times on this, you can look back in videos on our channel and see, I had lost a lot of weight, but there's also times in my life where I was a lot heavier. So I'm somewhere in the middle right now, but, I don't look at the last several years as being a failure or anything like that. I just feel like it's a process. It's a learning process for us. I love to say, we spent 30 plus years each of our lives eating one way, and reprogramming that and trying to have a better relationship with food isn't something that's just going to flip a switch overnight. So I'm actually really excited. One of the things that I'm going to do as part of this little adventure is I'm going to watch one video of Crocs in the Kitchen every single day, starting with our first video all the way through our last, which this is our 294th video, I believe. And then there's also a bunch of live streams as well. So it'll take me about a year to get through it, but I'm going to commit myself to watching it either in the morning or night. I haven't decided. One video, and I think it'll be great because there's sort of this time capsule of what we've gone throughout this whole process. And it's good for me to see that, and to reiterate that this hasn't been just, we did good and then we failed. We did good when we failed. It may seem like it, and it may seem like a roller coaster, but my overall way of thinking toward food and overall lifestyle has improved so much that it's just kind of blows my mind sometimes. And rewatching those old videos really reminds me of where we've come. We're such different people than we were when we first started. It's kind of crazy. I think we're actually a lot better people than we were when we started. We've been through so much more in our lives, but it's also given us a chance to learn and grow both individually and as a couple, and now as a family with Elsie. So I'm really excited to do that. That's something that is going to be a huge thing for me. I am not saying everybody out there needs to go through them with me, but if you do want to watch them, I'll link to the playlist that starts at the beginning of our channel. This is not a ploy for me to get you to watch our videos, but I will be sharing some sort of snippets of things that I think are funny or I find along the way. If I'm what were we talking about? What did we say there? Or if I find some moments that are just my favorite moments, my favorite recipes, I'll be sharing those in the stories on our Instagram and our Facebook. So make sure you're following along there. This does sound like a pitch for me to just get you to follow our content, but no, I'm serious. It's going to be fun. And also we might make some videos reacting to some of the stuff that we did or that kind of stuff as well. But my core of what I'm going to be doing, this is really boring, and I know I've said it a million times. How am I going to lose weight? I'm going to eat a whole food plant-based diet. Let's talk about the difference between plant-based, vegan, whole food plant-based. There's a really good link on Forks Over Knives that I'll link to that I think explains it really well and probably better than I can. But when it comes to eating plant-based, your majority of your diet is coming from plants. You're eating plant-based. a lot of people, I think, who eat this way for health reasons more call it plant-based instead of vegan. Um, there are also people who eat, it doesn't have to be, oh, I eat 100% plant-based. You could say, like, I eat predominantly plant-based diet. I eat plant-based, 90% of the time or 80% of the time or whatever it may be. You could use it in that way. Whereas the term vegan, you can't just say, like, I'm vegan 90% of the time. I don't feel like you can, because I think for me, vegan is like no animal products, like very strict. It's like not a, like it, to me, it's more of like an ethical thing when people say that. I know it's not always used that way, and it's kind of changed over time, but there's definitely, I don't think I deserve the title vegan, because I didn't come to the conclusion that this is the way I needed to eat based on the ethical side of it. Although I so appreciate, and like it makes me feel really good that I am eating this way, because I think it's really good for the environment. I think ethically it's a really good thing. But personally for me, I just came to this based on trying to get healthier and eat a certain way. So again, like vegans are, if you say you're vegan, I feel like you shouldn't be eating any animal products at all. Like it's not like you can be like, I'm predominantly vegan. I don't know, maybe you can. I don't know. Tell me in the comments below, whatever. But when it comes to the important distinction is when it comes to whole food plant-based, you're talking like you're eating a plant-based diet, so you're cutting out the animal products, but you're also cutting out processed foods, oils. You're focusing on, veggies, fruits. You can use starchy veggies, all the veggies, legumes. You're eating, nuts and seeds and all those kind of things. Like those are all part of a whole food plant-based diet. If you think of it, when it comes to oil, a lot of people will say, well, if you just grind up sesame seeds and like you can see oil separating out, there's clearly oil in the sesame seeds or peanuts or whatever it may be. But I'm eating the whole thing. Like I'm taking the whole nut and putting it and grinding it and eating, like, making my own nut butters and those kind of things. Like instead of just refining out the oil and only using the oil, I'm eating the whole fruit. I mean, instead of extracting out the sugar or like, making it like some kind of concentrate down or whatever. I don't know. Don't ask me. No, I'm so bad at explaining this stuff. But I'm eating the whole fruit. I'm not just eating taking the sugar out of it. I'm eating the whole grain. I'm not just refining it down to white flour and all that kind of stuff. So it's more about just getting, the reason, you're eating the whole thing is because you're getting all those nutrients instead of extracting out the part that you want, that maybe like the tasty part or whatever that you think is the best part. Oh, pea fell over. Tiny pea. But you are, you're eating the whole thing and you're getting all the benefits of it. So that's my goal. That's the way I want to eat. What I want to stop doing is any vegan junk food of any sort. I just have gotten in such, since I made the commitment to be 100% plant-based in the beginning of 2022, I think I've made leaps and bounds with my diet, but I also just feel like I just have allowed myself to slip in way too much vegan junk food just because, well, at least it's plant-based, like it's whatever. And it's just not healthy. Like a lot of the stuff is just as bad health-wise as, any of the animal-based stuff that you would eat. Like the Impossible burgers, when you stack them up against a regular burger, like the stats may even be worse for the Impossible burger, but it is good. I still think it's good because it's like ethically and environmental and sustainability, like all that stuff. Like I think it's still a good thing to eat those, to eat the plant-based version instead, but at the same time, health-wise, it's not going to do you any favors. So I really, really, really need to eliminate all of that. And that's what in the beginning, we committed to, we sort of started basing it on Dr. Furman's 6-week plan for weight loss from Eat to Live, which really takes whole food plant-based, and you emphasize like, okay, I can eat an unlimited amount of these things, but I want to limit these, the nuts and the seeds and even some of the starchy veggies on that particular diet. So I probably will just go back to the roots of what we've done. we know how to lose weight. Like we've done plenty of videos about it. We know exactly how to lose weight. We've done it a million times. It's just committing ourselves to that. And I think that's where, I'm looking forward to doing that. There's a video that we did about our favorite breakfasts pretty early on the channel. And I used to get like this bowl of fruit every day for breakfast. It was just like frozen fruit combined with like an apple. And that sounds so amazing to me right now. And there's a little secret about me, I'll tell you. If you are wondering if I'm like on track with my eating and I'm doing a good job at eating like healthy, whole food, plant-based, well, you'll be able to tell from my weight, but you'll also be able to tell because if I'm in a room and someone's like, do you want some of this watermelon? And I am just like, oh my gosh, yes, I would love some of that watermelon. That probably means I'm doing really good. If I'm like, nah, I don't want the watermelon, it's probably because I secretly want to go home and eat a bunch of peanut butter cups. So I want to reiterate that it's so crazy to me because I don't want to eat animal products ever again. Like, there's nothing about animal products that appeals to me. And that's so crazy of an idea to me if I look at my former self, like in these old videos, because I was struggling back then. I was wanting to go through the drive-thru at Chick-fil-A and all that. And I don't want that anymore. But unfortunately, slowly things creep in and weight comes back and all that. I just want to be able to enjoy food and not overthink it and just live a nice life with my husband and my child and enjoy it. And there's so many moments in the videos that, we've done before that just highlight how much joy we got out of just creating recipes together and enjoying food together. And it doesn't have to be oh, I'm losing weight and I'm going on this really restrictive diet and I'm gonna hate it and it sucks. Like, it's actually really fun to eat the way that we eat. And I don't know why we slip back into old things and gain weight and all that. I don't know why. I'm sure there's plenty of reasons. I think I read part of The Pleasure Trap once. And I don't think I ever finished it. And I'm really bad about finishing books. I probably should get that back out. It's in storage right now, I think, so I need to find that. But yeah, I wish this video could be like, here's the magic key to weight loss, and this is what I'm gonna do, and you should do it too. But I don't know anything. I'm not an expert. Don't follow what I do. Just, you can come along for the ride, and hopefully you'll learn something and you'll have fun. But yeah, it's just about, for me, it's about reminding myself that I've made progress even though I'm not at my lowest weight. And it's about reminding myself how much joy I get from eating plant-based food and whole food plant-based food specifically and creating recipes. And I feel better. Like, I right now feel like so stodgy and just like energy drained and like all that because I've been eating all these like really bad, sugary processed things. Like, yeah, they don't have animal products, but they're not good. And I've been eating too many of them for the last, whatever. I've been using them as a crutch, and I'm ready to get out and enjoy life. I think that one of the big things that you can do if you're trying to, for me, that really works when I'm trying to focus on losing weight is find other things that give you joy. Don't make everything about food, because my life tends to revolve a lot around food, and it happens a lot, like where, you go out with friends, that all revolves around food, meals with families, everything always revolves around food. So find other things in life that give you joy. And right now, like doing projects on our house and trying to do that, trying to create recipes for Elsie and make things for her, that brings me joy. I have, I've started doing the little crocheting with the Woobles kits. That's bringing me joy. Like, so for me, it's like, okay, let's find some things that can really bring that joy to my life that don't revolve around food. So I'm not just sitting around all day being like, I want to eat this or binge on that or whatever. Like walking and taking walks and stuff like that, I think that will help as well. So that's what I'm planning on doing. Brian will share what he's planning on doing. There's no big secret. Hopefully this was helpful and not just totally boring and repetitive of what we've already said, which probably was. But I hope you guys have a really good week. I'm really excited to share more of this adventure with you guys, share life with you, more of our lives with you guys. And we have some scans coming up and we'll be sharing that. Be sure to follow along on social media, Facebook and Instagram. You can also subscribe and all that. Hit the bell so you get notifications, all that fun stuff. But I think that's really all I have for this video. And this little piece of light is really annoying me. And it's starting to creep on. So I better call this video done. And I'll see you next time. Brian will be here as well. Well, he'll be doing his own video probably. But anyway, bye. Love you guys.